This video is being pre-shot for publication on August 9, 2023 at 8 a.m.
Good morning, all. We're going to conclude the week of reviews with another installment of the Neil Young Crazy Horse Greendale review series. This time, we're going to take a look at the first of two editions of the Greendale record. Now, as I just said, that there are two editions of the record that were released. One edition has a DVD of the Greendale set of an acoustic performance in Ireland, which is the one that we're going to take a look at. And then the second edition, which we will be taking a look at next week. So tune in Sunday Sunday for our coming reviews trailer for more information on that. But the second edition contains a documentary called Inside Greendale, which is basically a documentary about the making of the record. Greendale was released August 19th, 2003 on Warner Records, and it was produced by Neil Young and L.A. Johnson. And it centers around, the record was called in the press a rock opera, and it centers, the songs all tell the story of the Green family, in particular environmentalist Son Green, who is a big proponent. She is a somewhat of a protester, and she is itching to get out of her parents' house, and but all the songs center around basically her life and her activities. And the first song in particular, a song called Falling From Above, kind of reminds me of a song from a record that we will be covering a little further down the road, Neil Young Crazy Horse's album Zuma. The opening of Falling From Above reminds me of a song from Zuma called Barstool Blues, because the opening sounds really similar to that song. Now, as I said, the Greendale is the soundtrack to a movie, Greendale, which we will be also reviewing as part of the Greendale review series. So be sure and look for the video on that. And actually, this is something that I'm going to cover in the Green. There is no dialogue in the movie. Well, the songs, basically serve as the dialogue. It's basically all sung. It's basically a musical. But as far as the live acoustic performance, It was done in Ireland um, at a performance venue called Beaker Street. And the way the show was structured is that Neil would come out and basically do the Greendale set first, where he would play the record in its entirety on acoustic guitar, and organ and harmonica. And he would basically tell the story of Greendale, and then he would take an intermission at the end of "Be the Rain," which is the closing song on Greendale, and then he would take an intermission and then come back and play some of his earlier tunes. The way he would tour is that he would basically do an acoustic tour first, to kind of test out the songs and see how they would play in front of an audience, and then he would oftentimes do an electric tour in like the summer, and there and we will talk more about this when we do our Return to Greendale review, which is the electric live performance. But the Greendale tour was basically set up like a stage play. I mean, they had actual sets. They had a house set, a jail set, and a lot of Neil's crew, not too dissimilar to the Rust tour in 1979, would take part in the show. And his former wife, the late great Peggy Young, would also take part in the show. She played Edith Green and sung in the show as well. But we will cover that when we talk about the Return to Greendale CD and DVD. And as a to close out the Greendale review series, I will be doing a special video telling the story of how I met Neil on this tour, actually. The video will be called "The Summer of My Life." And so that will close out the Greendale series, the Greendale review series, not too dissimilar to what we did when I closed out the Billy Hinchy review series, where I did a farewell video to him. And so be looking forward to all that, and I hope you enjoy Greendale. Once again, please disregard the technical glitches in the video.